today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. Josh Allen and the New York Giants versus Cam Newton and the Philadelphia Eagles.
We're across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well, too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility is truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So now
Let's hope my controller is not fucking up too much because it was just messing with me on that kickoff.
By a late signee this year, their 31-year-old quarterback, it's Cam Newton.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. On first down, it's Newton. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Newton. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing down. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So now here are the Giants backed up to start their first drive. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback from Wyoming. It's Josh Allen.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball. Run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
Taken down at the 11.
Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24,
Let's
28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
31 yards there and a first down.
But when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
And making those linemen work with a couple of blocks. They look good doing it there. And behind the chains, 2nd and 13. So the shotgun snap to Allen, escaping the pressure right. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Now it's Hines.
Let's
He'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Eagles 26-yard line.
Here's Hines, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
God, dude, the injury bug.
Slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now a former 5th-round pick of the Eagles. This is Dion Lewis. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll stay with Lewis here on 1st down.
Let's go.
Now he's got some room.
Touchdown.
Take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Dion Lewis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a Dion Lewis touchdown run.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return, Lynn Bowden. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 32.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression.
Oh my goodness.
There, it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan.
Pick 6.
It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
Touchdown,
And this defense looking like they have come to play. The pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills?
It is time.
Yes.
Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Butker now to add the extra point.
You see your boy Dion Lewis getting in for the touchdown there? Oh, what?
And this is
Damn.
no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect. And this remains a 13-0 game.
Fuck, man.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Bowden now to return. And up to about the 26-yard line.
As if I missed that extra point. Terrible.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Cam Newton getting ready to go again on offense. And now, Charles, this becomes a pretty important second drive for them. They're already down a pair of scores here in the first quarter.
As you noted, they're down 2 scores, and to me, they're down a possession or a service break if this were tennis, right? Because they just gave one up.
Good play, good play.
Their second drive now, run their offense, try and get back into the game that way.
Their second drive? What do you mean? This is their third drive.
Last time out. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. And this one complete to Winton over the middle.
Oof.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy.
Dude, the injury bug this game. I don't know what's up with it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Fuck, it's a run.
From the gun, here's Swift. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40.
I called a pass.
And finally taken down at the 34. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I saw that playbook, and I thought they were going with the pass.
And the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball.
Oh, you're lucky. Fuck you, Cam.
Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan.
The fucking bitch.
Both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football.
They're going to run it here, too.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
I tell ya.
He's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run.
As soon as I went to call the audible.
Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
All right, defense. Come on, boys.
Top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's yours.
Oh, let's go.
Intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead.
Let's fucking go, boys.
First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
The ball carrier.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
3-yard line. 4 yards.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game. Or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
I barely even have to pass this game, boss.
3rd down.
On 3rd down, Hines.
And more.
And he's got some space here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Running all over him.
Yards on the scamper there.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Oh.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Tried to get rid of that, too.
Roaring in on the safety blitz. They were able to win last week despite being
That's
sacked
all right.
4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of
100 yards
points
rushing
and
already
harassment in
for
the
him.
pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made.
That's all right. That's all right. I'll take the 3. Take the 3.
10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
Nice catch.
To score, Giants 16.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks,
A sack
then
hurt.
no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore.
Oh, you're lucky.
But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own
No
25
go
yard
for 7 yard LOL. MOG plays with
Philadelphia
teams
getting
of
set to
gold.
take
Just
the
kidding.
field.
Just
And
pick
they had a
on
nice
you.
little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? From the 29, Newton. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there, 1st down.
gain of 11 on the
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
I was coming.
16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Eagles, nothing.
Now Newton on 1st down. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Gain of 12.
12 more yards there and another 1st down. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon.
Ah, lucky.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
41-yard line.
From the 41, Newton. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
Damn it.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Can we stop them,
These guys
guys?
have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again. In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal.
No, sir.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. The shotgun snap for Newton. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Smith Jr.
That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. Out of the gun, Newton. Rolling under pressure, down.
Let's go.
Sacked at the 10.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
A 27-yard attempt.
And Bullock will put this one through, and they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays, and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's made it easy for us to put together a highlight package. Just wondering what he ate before this one started.
Let's include that in the package, right? Get the gourmet out here, figure it all out, and you're guaranteed he'll do that going forward as well, because with a game like this, you don't want to change things too much. Oh, yeah, you also want to continue to get that great blocking he's received today, too.
Yeah, kudos to the guys up front indeed. They'll start on the ground with Hines, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Oh, fuck.
Big loss here as he's taken down.
Couldn't get away.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and losing
almost
yardage.
had it too. Fuck, man.
They can't get out of. That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away.
Tre'Davious White. The Eagles take over first.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way. As well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here.
Third down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down.
His kick is no good. That keeps the score Giants 16.
Emoji face with tears of joy. Emoji face with tears of joy. Emoji clapping hands.
Pretty big roll
That
of
was
the dice,
ugly.
and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Evan Ingram was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. To throw again, Allen.
Fuck, man.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. And the throw there going to be incomplete. incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
22-yard line.
They'll run the draw here with Swift. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
1st down, Eagles.
From the gun, Newton. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete.
Fumble, you
Give
motherfucker.
him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Cooper Kupp. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the ground with a tight end. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
What the
It's a gain
fuck?
of 17 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Newton now to throw. He finds his man. That's Sweeney. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Let's go.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Smith catches left side. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Makes the score Giants 16.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. To throw again on 2nd down. Allen, that one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, first down.
At the 33-yard line.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Come on, baby, we got to do our job. We got to do our job.
Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. From the gun, it's Allen. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They run with Hines. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. That ball complete to Isabella. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now that'll be caught by Kump. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Down Eagles.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Bullock's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
Giants 16.
So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Ryan Tannehill, 4 touchdown passes. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. Matthew Stafford's thrown a touchdown pass. In the game you're watching, it was Josh Allen who was on target in that first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Stafford got put on another dumpster fire. In this
okay, Coach,
draft.
Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play.
Terry break.
in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taken in the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They begin the drive with Hines. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The ball carrier.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target and didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage. No doubt about it, a really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not
trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
They really need to stop with that fucking garbage-ass interception animation bullshit. I'm so fucking sick and tired of it, dude. Oh my god.
Start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
At the 30-yard line.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
He'll find Swift out of the backfield.
Let's go.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from the 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
McKinnon, the ball carrier.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. It's caught on the right side of Smith. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
He is good. Makes the score Giants 16.
It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept him in the game.
He sure has. That offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. This is Hines. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Allen. And that is incomplete.
Allen's pass.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Over 1st and 10.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Newton. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
5 yards to go.
From the gun, Newton.
Let's
and
go.
the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded just inside the 30. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage. Okay.
Yeah, in this case.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. Here's Moss with a catch out of the backfield. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
29-yard line.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. On 1st down, Hines. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 yards, good for a giant 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hines, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And now they'll throw with Allen, eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Flush to his right.
Damn.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket.
Yes.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Allen Robinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants add on to their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Bowden now to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. On 1st down, Swift. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Newton. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation. Take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On first down, it's Hines. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
He was brought down.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
To throw, it's Allen. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively, because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Newton. And unsuccessful there, trying to dump it underneath. That'll bring up 3rd down.
DeAndre Swift, incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
From the gun, here's Newton. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He may try and run for this. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Allen flushed out right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
God damn.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he fires one, but incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield and brought down, but not before reaching the 25. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. They need a touchdown, the two-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now a pass dumped off to his running back.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Newton on third down. And Pascal's got it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
8-yard pickup.
8 yards there and a first down. Throwing again is Newton. This one caught by Isabella. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 46-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, Newton. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And an Eagle first down.
From the 50, Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. Newton throwing again. On the move to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down, Philadelphia.
Out of the gun, Newton. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Ball carrier. Anthony Barr brought him down. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 7-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back them up 5. They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. To throw is Newton. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. Plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huff.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jerick McKinnon. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. There the Eagles are back within a score. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Here's Newton. Oh, no, he lost the football. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Let's go, baby.
The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Down to the 25.
280
yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Let's do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical.
Passing
We've
yards,
heard that
that's
a million
rough.
times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Giants, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, their season is on lock.
Let's tune in next time. 12.